Howdy, y'all. I'm Devin.
And I'm Jesse.
I'm Haven.
Sarah.
And this is the core team at the Texas Urban Sawmill located in the beautiful hill country in Dripping Springs, Texas.
And we're really excited to start this video series today, all of us together. We want to basically talk about climate smart products, and we want to introduce you to what we're doing here at our location to really produce products that are climate smart and give you inspiration perhaps on how to do that.
We're really trying to do some entertaining but creative, insightful videos to show you how we are trying to reduce our waste stream and be better contributors to sustainability here in the United States.
Climate smart. What does that mean?
Climate smart. That's a great question. One, if you check out our webpage, we have some articles, and one of them gives you more information about what climate smart products are, including climate smart wood. But at the end of the day, these are locally sourced materials that come from rescued, salvaged trees, buildings, etc. Now, we focus here at the Texas Urban Sawmill on rescuing local urban and rural trees, but the honest truth is a climate smart product could come from barns, could be reclaimed materials, could be upcycled materials, but for the purpose of this discussion, we're going to focus on wood-based products.
Here at the Texas Urban Sawmill, it's been a huge part, and in fact a cornerstone of our business, to create products that maintain the carbon sink. That is, keeping the carbon actively sequestered in the products that we make.
Carbon. Well, hey, here's a tidbit of information. Does anyone know how much carbon is in this tabletop?
I don't know. I don't know like the actual amount, but it's like half the weight of this slab, something like that.
That's what's amazing. I get a little. I want to challenge people. I'll try to be a little politically correct. I'm a little irritated because what I find happens across the United States and probably across the world, when a tree falls, for some reason in our minds, it's a dead tree and it becomes a waste product in people's minds. But these things are made up of 50% carbon. So guess what? If we burn it or we send it to the landfill, all that carbon is eventually resequestered back up into the atmosphere, only further contributing to climate change across the world.
Yeah, and that's really what we find here in Texas is that, through development and agricultural clearing and other types of clearing, there's basically a lot of trees end up either in the landfill or chipped into mulch and things like that. And the minute you start to break that down, the quicker it actually gets resequestered into the environment. And so, basically our goal has been to maintain that sink here in these trees, into the wood that we have. And up to this point here at the sawmill, we've basically sequestered, or we basically have maintained that sink on 500,000 pounds of CO2.
I just blew my brain.
How much does that mean, though? What does that equate to?
Let's put that into layman's terms.
Yeah.
That's 200. Now I threw off my. Can't see my notes.
I'm a Texan. Yeah, what is that equivalent to?
That's equivalent to 22,699 gallons of gasoline consumed.
What's that movie with Tom Cruise where the guy can spit out data?
Rain Man?
Rain Man. Rain Man Haven, baby.
Trivia pursuit. Wizard.
I have another one. I will come up with the biggest number. 24.5 million cell phones charged is the equivalent to that number, which is that's 445,000 pounds of CO2 equivalent, which is actually this is the engineer in me. I can't help myself. That's the actual number. But we're past 500,000 pounds if we include this year, for sure.
That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole lot of TikToks you could watch on all those phones being charged.
What about miles? How far could we have driven
517,000 miles driven, which is basically 20 times around the Earth,
That
two
could give us,
times to the
Wow.
moon.
yeah.
We can get to the Mars too. Guarantee it.
Can't get to the
No,
Mars,
we can't get to Mars. Mars is 250 million miles away almost.
Well, let's make that our goal. We want to get to Mars.
I like it.
I like that.
5-year goal. We're going to be able to get to Mars. Now, coming back might be a challenge, but we're just going to colonize Mars anyway.
But our mission actually goes even beyond just harboring that carbon in our wood. Our mission is actually to be a carbon negative business, and we actually are a carbon negative business to date. And that means a lot of different things.
Yeah. I mean, we're following kind of the recent principles of ESG or sustainability and environmentalism as a governance policy within our business. And so it's not just about saving these trees and the carbon in these trees. It's about how we build our procedures and how we operate as a business. What are some examples of what we've done just this year, Sarah, to help contribute to us being a more carbon negative business?
Well, we run sawmills. We're a sawmill, and we recently traded out a sawmill that used to run on diesel and traded it out for an electric model, so we could be more.
I'm plugging that thing was loud, so we're so glad to have electric. But yeah, it was a considerable investment, and it wasn't an investment in terms of just profiteering. The honest truth is, as a business, if you looked at the cost of the new electric sawmill, it was probably a pretty stupid thing to buy if we were just focused on making money.
Yeah, it ran fine, but we wanted to follow what we're preaching.
We want to make a difference instead.
It's all about, in life, I follow the general principles. It's less about what you say and it's more about what you do. And so we're striving to be a model that hopefully inspires and motivates other people across the U.S. to build businesses like this. Because guess what can happen if we had 100,000 Texas urban sawmills across North America?
Together we are mighty.
As a single business, we're infinitesimally small. But as a whole and a movement, we can really have a huge impact. And that's really the purpose of this video series, is to inspire, to motivate, just like Jesse had said. So I hope you continue to watch this series. We're really going to make it fun and about products. And in fact, the next video, we'll go into less on the creative artistic products. Let's save that for the next series. But let's talk about one of our staples, which is a book match conference table, which we're doing for a client right now. What do you think, guys?
I think that's a beautiful idea. And then also from making these tables, there is oftentimes drops and cutoffs of wood, and those are what we're also trying to reutilize and repurpose. Instead of sending those to a burn pile, we're coming up with new creative ways to transform those little pieces of scrap into valuable, lasting, usable products that people can have in their own home.
Yeah.
And we're hoping that you guys can also take the reins from that and hopefully go out and do some wonderful and beautiful creative things on your own.
Yeah, so we really hope that you follow us along and through as we do this series, because we're gonna share some pretty nifty ideas, and we hope that you'll see the creativity in them and maybe even inspires you to do some of them yourself. So stay tuned.
Man, I'm excited. Let's get to this next video, show them some real products. And by the way, check out our webpage. It's very informative. I'm going to send you a couple of links, in the comments section. There'll be a few links for some articles we posted. One is about the full circle economic model, which is the model that we follow, which is basically, think global, but buy local. And so we're really focused on doing that. We also have a unique grant program with the USDA Forest Service where we're actually helping to mitigate fire risks here in Texas, but we're also trying to monetize the consumable fuels in the form of ash juniper. And we're selling them within the Habitat for Humanity restores, and all that money, all of it all the profits go back to the Habitat for Humanity and the Texas A&M Forest Service here in Texas. So that's another really cool program we're involved in. But man, I think we need to get to the fun stuff now and then show them some products.
Let's see the
I like it.
beautiful
I agree.
stuff.
I agree.
Drop a link, subscribe.
Over and out.